Last night of studying maths methods. How exciting. I didn't teach this well enough, so I'm going to just make a tiny video for you so you feel like you know what you're doing, just in case tomorrow. So this one says the curve y has a probability density function defined like that. So this is one of those where, get out of there, get out of there. This is one of those where if I were to take the integral from 0 to root 10 of, let me get over there. Somebody might come in here just to be silly. I'm in a kind of a quiet place. X over 5 dx. What should that equal? I know you're all yelling out 1 because it's a probability density function. Just make sure this is not too bright. That's better. Okay, so we know that. The first question says determine the median of y. So this is what they could say. They could say determine the median. They could say determine the 50th percentile or the 50th quantile. Okay? All of those things mean the same thing. So you do that by setting up from 0, whatever that is, this end, up to somewhere that's in the middle between these two. I could put an m here. I'm just going to put an a because I always use an a on my calculator. And then I put the function. It could be yuckier than that. And I want that to be 0.5. So in the scheme of things, you know, I want this middle bit. I want to know what that is. Okay, so here I go. And I'm going to go to math. Oops, I must have had second on. I'm going to go to math, and I'm going to go up to or down to numeric solver. And I've typed that in already. Maybe I'll clear it and I'll type it in again. Oops, let me just put something there and clear this. I should have done that before I started, sorry. So I'll go math 9, and I'll go from 0 up to, and I use a just because it's right there. It's just an easy one to do. And then I'm going to put x on 5. However you write that, put in a fraction if you want. Dx. Down here I'll put 0.5. And I'll hit OK. Now when this comes up, it's going to be flashing on the x or flashing on the a. You don't care what the value of x is, or in this problem, y. You don't care about that. You want to know the middle value. And so I want to know what the a is. That's what I'm solving for. So I go down to the a, and I want to pick something that's between 0 and 10, square root of 10. So that's fine. Seems fine to me. So I'll hit solve after this cursor is flashing on the a, or on the number that is the a. And I hit that. It's going to spin around for a little bit because it finds it difficult. And then it pops. Sorry, median is, and I type 2.36, 2.236, sorry. Okay, that's great. And I might say GC. That's easy. All right, now I'm going to do this one. It says determine the upper and lower quartiles. Okay, this is the one I'm worried about. Like if they said upper and lower quartiles, these were what we used when we were little kids when we did box and whisker plots. So it's the 75th percentile and the 25th percentile. So I can use my same thing that I did here, and I can go math, numeric solver, and I can just change this to 0.75. Okay, so 3/4 of the scores are to the left. All right, I'll hit OK. I don't want the x, I want that. It's got to be bigger than that, I hope. And I hit solve, and it comes up with 2.739. So Q3, or the 75th percentile, they're the same thing, 2.739. And Q1, which is the 25th percentile, same thing. I can just go into math, to the solver. It's already there. I'm going to change that to a 2. Hit OK. Need to go down to the A. Don't forget. And there it is, 1.581. 1.581. Now, they could tell you in the thing that the interquartile range is equal to Q3 minus Q1. They could do that, and then you would just type these in, 2.739 minus 1.581. And I can do that. I don't know. I didn't even ask you that, so I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm just trying to think of any possibility that they could give you on a complex unfamiliar. And that's equal to 1.158. Okay, so I just want you to know how to use your calculator to find these values. I think one time they said, find the 31st percentile. So you know, you just put 0.31 out here, right? Okay. Now, I also don't want you to forget how to use Polyschmolz. Okay, so I just made up a problem here, and I think it was something like 4x squared minus 23x equals 72. All right, so let's say you're on a paper and that terrible thing is there, and you go, okay, I'm going to get this, and you have your calculator, of course. Everything on one side equal to 0. And you say, okay, if I have my calculator, I can use this to solve it. So I'm going to go, and you might be able to factorize really great, and you're a great factorizer, go for your life. But some people have trouble, so I go to apps, and then I go all the way down here. Mine's number 9. Oh, that one. And then I want the polynomial root finder. That's what I want. There's a simultaneous equation solver. You could probably try that too. And then it's of degree 2, so that's what I want. And I go next, use all these up here. I already have it typed in because I did it earlier. So you type in the 4 and hit enter, and then it'll go to the sign. It's always black on what you're typing in. Minus, enter, 23, enter, minus, enter, 72, enter, equal to 0. And then I hit solve, and right away it pops out x equal to -9 on 4 and 8. So that's really lovely that it can do it that fast. Practice that a little bit. Practice both those calculator things. Okay.